Kase of the Mondays. Kase of the Mondays. Kase of the Kase of the Kase of the Mondays. Kase of the Mondays. Kase of the Mondays. His name's Kase and it's Monday, so you're about to listen to Kase of the Mondays.
Welcome everybody to Kase of the Mondays. We got Mr. Graham K here. Yep. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in like, what is it? 3 hours?
Oh, that's
5 hours? Yeah, I saw you.
Yeah, two nights ago.
2 nights ago.
48 hours.
48 hours ago. That was a good time.
It was a good time. You were like, there's some babes that we should talk to them.
I wanted to talk some babes.
And wait outside the comedy club, and because we just did a show and there were some babes, and
you were smart, and you got pizza.
I got pizza. Yeah, I like babes, but I just didn't have the energy.
Babes are good.
Yeah, I got this new joke where I'm trying out where it's like this is just more of a theory. It's like I don't think that. People say that men mature. It's better to, older guys, it's better to date a guy when he's older because he wants to settle down.
Right.
He matures.
Sure.
I don't think that's true. I just think we get tired. Like I want to sleep with everybody. I want to have sex with fucking everybody.
Yeah, you're just
but I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I don't have the energy to do it all the time.
I agree 100%.
So I bet you when I was 28 I would have waited.
I bet you when I was 21 I would have been like, oh, where are you guys going? Be like, dude, we'll just hang out in that area. Maybe we'll run into him or something insane like that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of lengths you'll go to. I've driven in the middle of the night to my girlfriend's like 5 hours just to get a little loving in the middle of the night,
5 hours.
Yeah. Pennsylvania. Whatever it was.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And down south too. You ever do that? You ever do like the college, like the trip?
Oh, when you're like
yeah.
dating? Well, yeah. Well, you do it because you're an idiot. You think you're in love, and you have to keep this relationship going. That's not going to go anywhere. So I would like spend all the money I had to fly to Montreal.
Oh yeah. You flew. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I never flew.
And she would take the train because she was scared of flying.
Wow.
And then she met a guy.
Isn't that a kind of a cop out?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's better to fly.
It's much better to fly.
Yeah, but so she took the train and she met a guy on the train ride down, and then they dated for like 6 years.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow.
She was like, I met
That's
this
crazy.
really cool guy on the train. I was like,
What does he do?
He's like a British guy, and he just says like things like trousers and trainers instead of running shoes.
I mean, what do you mean?
It's so charming. Well, he wants to sleep with you. No, he doesn't. We're just friends.
Oh, the best.
You fucking dumb idiot. Are women like? Are they dumb in that scenario, or are they just like it's an easy way to get out of it if they just say no? Are they smart when they say that? Is she lying? Is my question, or is she actually that dumb?
There's an age cutoff with that too. I find like that now. I don't ever talk to a girl where she's like, no, we're just friends, and I'm like, no. I think after like 23, 24, 25, I feel like I've never run into that anymore. But yeah, at that age. No, we're friends.
No. Anyway, anytime up to 30, especially that age.
Up to 30.
Oh yeah. Women. We're just friends.
Wow.
Listen, I don't. It's not.
Graham's been through it.
I'm not an. I'm not some straight fucking white guy who hates women. I'm not an idiot. I get.
No, yeah. You just in a situation where you're getting you're getting gamed a little bit, and it happens to everybody.
Yes, we are just two different sexes with an equal amount of huge cavernous faults.
Well, listen.
And that's one fault in women that bothers me.
But it's not, right? So
yeah.
That's not, I've had this conversation with my female friends before. This is a thing that you say, right? Mm-hmm. And then it's, I don't know if it's relatable to them, but it happens to everyone. There's the same exact thing happening to women where you're in a situation where you like the other person more.
Yeah.
And they just aren't right where you are. It doesn't mean they don't like you, but they're just kind of like, all right, well, we're friends. Like, why are you being a big thing about it? And you're like, no, like, I like you.
We wouldn't be friends. If I wasn't attracted to you.
Exactly.
Like, I don't understand.
I have had friends, though, that I'm not attracted to.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm attracted to a good portion of them, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're also a man, so there's like a lot of, the bar for you being like, you're pretty and I would sleep with you is
You pretty much have to be my friend's girlfriend or wife
Right.
if you are middling to above
Or-
attractive.
Or just like
You know
I
what I
have
mean?
to like if there's any kind of work scenario,
Yeah.
and, like that can't happen. You
Yeah.
know, like if you're like, oh, we're gonna be working together, and I'm like, nope, that's
Yeah.
not gonna happen for me.
No, there's no way.
That cuts it off for me.
There's no way I won't be attracted to you if you're cool and attractive. If you're good looking and cool.
Attracted, yeah. I'm talking like making any kind of move. Not happening if I'm like, oh, we have to like work together, especially if like, you know, you're doing shows with people or something like that, you know, and that kind of situation. But yeah, if you're attractive and cool, it's just like you're just sitting there like, I'll just see in my dreams.
Oh, maybe I'll just turn off my sexuality and hang out with you, and I could just hang out with a guy and not have to turn off
Same
anything.
thing, right?
Yeah.
I remember, man, one time in high school, just such a loser. It was a Friday or Saturday night, and we couldn't find anybody to hang out with. There's me and my friend John, and we were at his house in his bedroom. We're like playing Sega Genesis, and it was so much fun. We're eating Cheez-Its. And I just looked at him and was like, if I could fuck this guy, it would be so perfect. Like, I just remember being like, I wish I wanted to fuck this guy. But I
Yeah.
don't. I don't want to fuck him at all. I don't
know.
even have a little bit of a...
Yeah. No, I know. That's the way it goes. And then you go, well, would it be easier if I was gay because we're both dudes and we both have this hang time and then we could fuck each other. But the thing is if you're gay, you don't act like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it's true. Yeah,
You don't.
yeah. You're doing this thing that a girl does when she hangs out with a guy. and doesn't want to
there's
have
a
sex with
sexual
him.
tension
Yeah.
there. It's
Yeah.
not chill. It's like it's
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
that straight couples have. It's
Yeah.
it's the, you know, the what is he thinking? What am I? What am I? Should I say that? All that thing. And then when you're two, like people where sex is not on the table, regardless of your sexual orientation, and you're sitting side by side, it's very relaxing.
It's very relaxing. of
As I'm
course.
getting older, I'm like, I understand the men's friars club. Or
I
what,
get
you
it
know,
a little bit, yeah,
and the
yeah,
women's,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I get, you know.
Once in a while, it is a nice thing to just be like, you really proverbially, you know, you let the old hair down. You're just kind of sitting there,
Yeah.
and you're like, I don't have to. There's no pretense here. I can just kind of relax.
Yeah.
Not have to be even polite if I want. I mean, you'd be a little normal polite, but you don't have to be all the way.
You know when you can go to the bathroom and you can fart?
Yeah.
But if you were on the other side of the door with the same people, the exact same people, nobody else around,
Yeah.
you couldn't fart. But then you go into the bathroom
Mm-hmm.
and the same people and you can just fart. Does that make sense?
No, I didn't follow that.
So
I
you
don't
know
think
when
I
you
did.
go to the say you have to let out a big fart.
Yeah.
And you're at a bar.
Yeah.
And you can't do it
Yeah.
because you're in society.
People. Yeah, society.
So what you do is you go to the bathroom, right? And you
Yeah.
have you go for a whiz.
Yeah.
And then you fart at the urinal.
Sure.
Right?
That happens.
You
I've heard it
do,
happen.
Do you hold it in at the urinal?
No.
No, you let it out.
No. Yeah.
Right? You let it out at the urinal.
Yeah. Are you gonna make me fart, Graham?
No.
What's happening?
What I'm saying is
Yeah.
that bathroom is a safe space.
Right.
Even though it's the same group of people, for some reason the rules change inside
the
that
rules change. Yeah.
room.
That's true.
And that's sort of what the old-timey men's club was, I think. You could just be like,
You just basically in a men's bathroom. Mm-hmm. Right.
yeah.
Just guys talking to you while they're holding their dicks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've had that. I've had those fun combos.
Called
with
a
some
bathhouse.
guy. Oh yeah.
It all comes back to us being
yeah.
latent homosexuals.
Latently gay. that good time talking to somebody holding their dick.
Yeah.
What a great time.
Great time. We're very smart, and whoever's listening to this is very dumb.
Yeah, guys, we have all the answers. Obviously. Yeah. You go to the bathroom, you hold your dick, you talk to a guy. It's a very shortcut to a men's friars club.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So Kase of the Mondays is the name of the podcast.
That's the name of the podcast.
New podcast.
And no, guys, again, welcome to Kase of the Mondays. We have Mr. Graham K, and you have a fantastic podcast I was on not that long ago. What's it called?
Friends in Sports.
Friends in Sports. And where can we find that?
You can find that where iTunes are. It's we just have comedians on, and we ask them about times that they've been hurt by sports. What are they watching or
That's
or
great.
playing?
I had a great time.
Yeah.
We found some really weird stuff while I was on that I never knew. If you guys don't know, I'm Persian and I'm Middle Eastern. We haven't really discussed this on the podcast yet, but my parents are from Afghanistan, and there's an insane sport where people carry the headless carcass of a goat
They play polo with a goat head.
Yeah, and there's men on horses, and there's no PETA overseeing any of it.
No
it's
PETA.
Very insane to all the animals and the men. It's cruel too.
Yeah, it's a different culture over there. Let's say
it really feels like they have every one of their families hostage. And they're like, if you don't score this goal, your daughter is dead. And he's like, no, I don't care. Like, I mean, your son is dead. And he's like, okay.
Well,
he's like, daughter, no.
See, Kase is allowed to be racist to his own.
Right.
People. Yeah. If somebody writes in, I guarantee it's a white woman. Don't say that about Persian men.
Well,
just
I mean,
shut up.
Try rural Afghanistan. I feel like so. Just to prove that point real quick, I had a friend that had to convince. She went over there to build schools, and they burnt down. After all this back and forth deliberation, it took months. They finally built the school, and the way they sold the school for the girls was to educate women. Was computers, and they said, no, we're not allowed to have computers. There's an ignorance there where they go, we don't want anything Western here. It's evil. So it's a very not looking up from the.
This is in Iran?
No, this is in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan.
Yeah. And the way they sold it was you can teach them the Quran on the computers. And I mean, it's not funny, but I mean, it made me laugh just because it was so ridiculous. Like, she spent all this 2-3 years to get these schools built, and literally the first day they built the school, they just torched it. The entire school, and there was no one died or anything, and they were like, I was like, oh, is it the Taliban? And then she was like, no, it was just like the old men in the village. They were just stomping on the ashes with the horse's hooves, being like, see, you cannot, kind of putting it in everyone's face, being like, this is what we're doing, that kind of thing. And it was just like, that level of ignorance is out there. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Mm-hmm. But I had a great time with your podcast, man. It's a great time.
I'm not going to touch that one.
Yeah.
I have another podcast about autism.
Do you really?
Yeah. It's the most successful thing I've ever done. I
can tell because I was like, do you really? I haven't even heard of it.
No, I don't put it online anymore. I mean, I do.
You don't put your podcast online anymore, dude?
No.
So it's just you talking to people on a microphone that gets recorded and it gets released nowhere.
It's on VHS, and I hand it out at...
Very cool, man.
I hand it out...
You selling out mixtapes?
Tapes at the subway.
Yeah.
No, I do have a podcast. What I meant to say is I don't promote it online anymore, but...
okay.
But I do. It's promoted in certain autism forums. But anyway,
you're autistic.
No, my brother is.
I knew that. I was one of those.
My only sibling. I might be high functioning. Who knows? My partner has a severely autistic son. It's called Autastic, and it is the biggest. It's the largest podcast in the world about autism.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good listen if you know any. If you have if you're just your kid just got diagnosed with autism, and you Google autism because you're like, what's my life going to be like, and you want to kill yourself, and then this is meant to be like a resource that
it can be a tough thing if you're
that shows you that it's not all doom and gloom.
That's great.
Yeah,
I think I've seen stuff in movies and stuff about it, and read just some articles out there trying to change the way of thinking about it as because some of them, the high functioning, it's they have sometimes a very good skill set at one specific thing, whether it's mathematics or whatever it is, or being an assassin. I watched that Ben Affleck movie.
Yeah.
He was an assassin.
Was it good?
It wasn't bad. It was weird, but it was good. But it was also it was like The Town, but less cool. He's just he's in a suit, and you're like, I don't know. You know how you watch something and you go, this is a great movie. I don't know if I've ever met this guy. Mm-hmm. You ever see a movie and you go, oh yeah, that guy's playing a guy I've seen in life. I don't know if I've ever met any high functioning autistic assassins. Mm-hmm. Didn't feel that way, but it was a good movie. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah,
I wouldn't want an autistic assassin. No,
but they don't want anything. You know what I mean? It's like a little bit like the way they portrayed it was almost like the Terminator. It's got.
I think they're mixing up goals. Sociopath with autism.
Maybe, yeah. It's very close.
They may have.
They were really running that line in that movie close. Just if you're autistic and you're violent, it's really good. Because there was also autistic people that were good at computers, but they were it was almost like they made it if you had autism, there was a superpower. Which is a cool way to, if you're autistic, to be like, oh, that's great. That one person's really good at. Mm-hmm. But it was he or she, whoever it was battling the the top brass at the CIA or whatever online, and you're like, okay, well, apparently you're better than everybody in the nation that's ever been to any college that the CIA recruited. So
Yeah.
just a random person alone in front of a computer at like an autistic facility, or I don't know what they call
Sounds
it.
like a great movie.
It was such a good movie, man.
Yeah.
Friends in sports, huh?
Yeah.
Great time, man.
Can I also say that your chair situation on this podcast is demeaning, demoralizing.
You don't like the chair?
You have a big, comfy computer chair.
Yeah.
Leather back, padded. And then you've given your guests a folding chair that you would bring to a concert, maybe, that you're meant to like hold and walk around in.
It's a power move, Graham.
It is
you know
a
I'm an
complete power
egomaniac.
move. I'm like literally,
I don't know if anyone can tell. Graham's a strapping man. He's 6'3"?
4.
6'4". Wow. Let me know that extra inch. Cool. And what are you, like 200?
Yeah, to like 215 maybe.
215. You know, I had to bring it. You're very large. I had to bring it down a peg. You know,
It's
so we're on.
it's the
I'm like
chair.
170.
The chair is
6 foot.
in my asshole right now.
I know.
It is inside of me.
You know, I didn't have that chair before
I am
you were
pegging
coming on the
myself.
podcast. I was like, I want Graham to peg himself the whole time he's here.
It's working.
It is. Well, it's really back to the latent homosexuality again,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, no,
Just
There's
actually doesn't
something
mean that.
I said there's something there.
There is something there. Yeah. You again, the chair's in your ass right now. We were talking about the fact that being friends with someone and and liking them, but I see that so much with young guys. Well, they'll commit to a friendship for so long, and you're just like, I know. I kind of made that mistake when I was really young, and like I dated that person. And it wasn't a mistake, but I was just like, you could have just said something so much. Like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
You just gave,
You were in the friend zone for so long.
I want to give her enough time to hook up as many other guys as possible.
Well, that's on you. That's on you.
Yeah.
I think when you get older, you sort of learn to avoid those situations. But I think you have to go through one of those situations to learn
Some
what.
people just keep going through that forever. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's sad.
It is.
Lonely, and
sometimes you see like 40-year-old people
Yeah.
that are like that, and it's crazy.
But maybe they were married for a long time and they don't know the ropes.
That's possible too. Yeah.
And now they're single and then they're in the friend zone and they don't know about the friend zone.
They don't know about the friend zone.
A woman will let you know. You can tell if someone's into you.
It's also on you.
It's
to
not
going
gonna
to
change.
She's not going to make necessarily a move. Some women will, but I mean, it's on you to kind of be like, hey, I'm going to kiss you now.
I've always been.
If that's okay.
Yeah, well, honestly, that's like pretty much exactly what you should do. Is you go, I'm gonna kiss you right now. Is that if that's okay? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
real direct.
Or and
She
then
goes-
and they go no, and then you go okay.
You say right now. She goes, it's already been too long.
Yeah, sick. And
Get in here, sick.
Then you go sick. And then you kiss her, man. But
What's your first kiss? Do you remember your first kiss?
Do I remember my first kiss? Yeah, I think so. No, yes, I do. I do remember my first kiss. It was also the night I got drunk for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And it's also the first time I
Interesting
ever
correlation.
fingered somebody and saw them naked.
Wow. All that happened the first time? What a home run.
Big night for old grandma.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, I
You
remember.
called yourself grandma back then?
Yeah. And that's when she put her clothes on and left the room. I was like, I stood on the bed over her, I put my hands on my hip naked, and I was like, big night for old grandma. Pointing at myself with my thumb. And she said, I'm out of here, sir. But yeah, she called me sir because I was 35.
It was recently.
She was 17.
Yeah. Cool. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Just admitting to full-on crimes.
Yeah. Is 17 a crime?
Yeah, and I don't know, man. I don't stay up to date on what's cool statutory wise. You know what I mean?
But that's why I said 17 because I thought it wasn't a crime.
I remember I was hanging out on the road with some fucking guy, and he goes, yeah, man, legal age here is 16. I go, that's the creepiest fucking thing to know off the top of your head,
What
man.
an idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. I go, how old is this girl you're talking to? She sounds kind of young. And he goes, oh man, legal age here is 16. I checked it out. And I go, wow. All right.
You're a dumbass.
You're a real dumb guy. Yeah.
There's so many women
So
that
creepy.
aren't 16.
Well, she wasn't 16, but still, just I think she was 17 or 18. But to just immediately know what the legal age limits are and like be familiar with the laws is fucking weird, right? I've never had to be like, let me reference the law. I'm not sure about whether or not this. I'm not even close to anything like that. I've never even ever been. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys out there that like that. It's weird. Like when I started doing comedy on cruises, and then you have to sign this waiver saying that you won't have sex with any teenagers. It's international waters.
International waters. You're like, finally, what I wanted, a child.
Well, it's very obviously some comedian had sex with like some 17-year-old or 16-year-old, like some absolute creep, you know.
Yeah. It gets dicey. I mean. Weirdly enough, for me, it never happened where I was 18 and anyone younger. Once I hit 18, it was just 18 and up. Like I never met another girl that was younger. I
think
but,
you're a pretty cruel person if you charge an 18-year-old for sleeping with like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, that's a weird thing, right?
It's just stupid.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? This line of thought eventually turns into, I mean, how young is, if you just keep going.
No, it doesn't.
If you keep going, 19 and 17, because now you're, let's say you're 35 and you're dating someone that's 25, it's totally fine, right? Mm-hmm. Because they're an adult. But if you're if you're 24 and you're a 14-year-old, you're like, that's in complete insanity. That's a child, and you're a complete adult, right?
Yeah.
But then, all right, let's you keep going back in years and up in years, and you go, wait, what's the cutoff? Like 16 and 19? You got out of high school a year ago. They're
dicey.
still in high school. Okay, dicey. So 15 and 20, I think is everyone's
terrible.
Yeah, I think 15 and 20 is you go, nope, definitely not.
Yeah, I think 15 and 19 is not good either.
Yeah, well. 15, you could still be, that's still a 9th grader and a 12th grader, which happened a ton when I was in high school. So
19?
Because the kid could have came in late or the girl could have came in early or whatever the way that is, with the birthdays. Yeah. If you're just early and late in the year. So for part of the year, it's both completely illegal. They're like, we're graduating. Also, you're arrested now. You can't keep dating your girlfriend. That's a real rough one to swallow, man.
What was your first kiss?
Oh, let me tell you something. My first kiss was not even really a first kiss because I didn't even like girls at the time. My friends thought it was funny. I was a very fat kid and very like socially. I was like, wait, what are you guys? We playing wiffle ball? Like I wasn't like, normal in any kind of respect.
How old were you?
I was 14. Mm-hmm. No, I was 12. I was 12 years old. Mm-hmm. And we were coming home from 6th grade, and my friends were like, my friends were all like meeting girls from this little Catholic school that was near us. We were in public school. We would always go after school because one of our friends went to the private school, and each person was like pairing up, and then they would like make out and date for a while or whatever they did back then. And we were all, a pack of us, like 20 kids walking home from school. And, of course we stopped, we got snacks. I'm eating cheese doodles. And someone goes, Kase, you should make out with whoever the hell. And I was like, do you want to make out with her? And I'm just like, okay. I have Cheez-Its in my mouth. The girl, they like pushed the girl over to me.
Oh boy.
And they were like, you guys should, they were like, kiss, kiss, kiss. And I'm like, I'm sitting there like a buffoon, like John Favreau. And, just like, all right, come on, toots, let's go. Like that kind of thing. So she goes, can you wipe some of the cheese doodle stuff off your hands? I don't want you to get it on my jacket. I'm like, yeah, sure. I just wipe it on my jeans, and there's like these big just like streaks of yellow on my jeans. So we're in the baseball diamond at the elementary school, and all the kids are around. They're like, you guys gonna kiss? And I'm like, yeah. And instead of being like, I was like, all right, I'm not gonna be embarrassed about this. So I grabbed her. She kind of like pulled me in. We kiss. Our teeth made a head-on collision. I mean, so loud, I thought I broke both of our teeth. Nobody could tell that was happening. We kiss. I kind of like suction my lips around her lips, and no one can see this right now. That was there, but there was a little divot in the ground. So I dipped this woman like we were in a 1920s movie, like all the way down, and I kissed her, and I brought her back up, and I was like, kind of looked at her like, you're welcome. And man, we were both bleeding heavily.
Really?
Yeah. We bit the shit out of each other's lips. I mean, we were just both bleeding, and I was like, well, I mean, she was fine. Like I was bleeding much worse. She had like crazy braces, She had the most intense braces, dude, and my lip was all cut up, and I was like, can I have my Cheez-Its back? I looked at my friends like I was done playing like I got up at baseball, you know. I was like, can I get those Cheez-Its back, please? Thank you. It was a fond memory.
What a lovely
we dated.
story. You dated?
Yeah, they're like, do you guys want to date? And I was like, sure. And they're like, all right. And then like,
She must have liked you.
well, we call. I don't know. She's like, I love it when my lip hurts after.
Well,
we only kissed once.
I feel like first I thought that maybe that she got peer pressured and you got peer pressured because they were making fun of you. But then if you dated, it sounds like she was like, I want to date him, get him to date me or something.
Okay, so I'll say right now, I think she peer pressured her friends peer pressured her to date me. I was a very chubby boy, and I had a lot of cheese doodle things happening.
Yeah, you don't sound like a catch.
And that was nothing's changed. And I didn't understand the idea of like wanting to date somebody at all. So she would call the house, and I'd be like, what is this woman calling me for? I was like, I'll see you after school. We dated for like 4 days. We kissed after school, like quickly, and then barely spoke. And then she would call me, and I'd be like, "Hey." She's like, "Hey, what's up? What are you doing?" I was like, "Nothing." And she's like, "Oh yeah, how was your day?" I'm like, "Good." I was like, "My grandma's calling me. I gotta go." I'm just hang up. I just didn't understand the idea of like. I was like, "Well, I don't know what we're doing right now. I don't know why we're not."
What a horrible time in people's lives.
Yeah. I honestly never spoke to anybody on the phone if it wasn't to plan how to play basketball somewhere or like play wiffle ball or like do some kind of like, hey, you coming over? We're going to play Manhunt. You know, none of that stuff was in my head. So when she was like, okay, well, how was your day? I was like, I don't know what this woman's talking about. I'm very confused right now. Mm-hmm. And then we broke up. She goes, calls me like the 5th day. She goes, I think we should break up. And I was like, okay. I was like,
what a wild ride, babe.
What a wild ride. I go, we should break up. I go, okay. Well, okay, bye. Just hung up. I mean, there couldn't have been less emotional stakes. I was like, I don't even know. I guess that was it.
I think you have autism.
I think so.
Okay, bye.
I think, but I did at that point. I never knew how. I'm like, I couldn't interact. I wasn't at that point maturity wise, or even like physically.
So was I. I mean, I was 14 when that fingering story.
Yeah,
I was.
Well, 14 is different.
I know, but
I was like 12.
I didn't
even really hit it until end of 14.
Just to get you the hit it. You had sex?
No, buddy. Of course, I don't mean hit it. Had sex at a 14-year-old.
Who says hit it?
I meant hit it as
what I didn't hit it till at the end of 14. What a learning curve.
Can I say this? Poor choice of words. When I said hit it, what I meant was puberty. And hit puberty yet. Yeah, I had no hair on anything.
No one's ever referred to puberty as hitting it.
You don't.
Not
when
once.
Dude, when did you hit it?
Human history.
When did you hit it?
I didn't hit it.
You didn't hit it.
You're just coyly choosing your words to make yourself sound cooler.
Yeah. Didn't hit it yet, man.
So I was 14, and then a normal person would have been like, a fully developed human being would have been like, can I get your number? Can we, let's
hang out.
Let's hang out. Let's go on cute little 14-year-old dates and ice cream and college, all that stuff.
Doritos, yeah.
Didn't ask, didn't do anything. Never saw her again in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
If she's out there now and you're listening to this podcast, Graham is here. And I don't know if you're single, man, but I'm assuming you are.
I am.
Yeah.
I used to.
Do you remember her name?
No. I don't remember the name of the first 10 people I slept with. I have zero idea. Well, that's not true. One of them I dated for 2 years.
That's nice. You're a good man.
But I used to think, because there was no real porn back then. It was hard to get.
There was no porn back then.
There was no porn.
What a different world.
And I used to think about that because I got sent to an all boys school.
Were you bad?
I got sent to like a boot camp, and there was no women. So that the next time I saw a naked woman was when I was 19.
Wow.
So it was like a 5-year break.
Did you get in trouble?
Yeah.
Your dad's a strict man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Evan. You haven't seen me do mine, but I've seen you do yours. Like your dad, the whole like he's uncomfortable saying "I love you." Yeah. I have also different stuff talking about the kind of the same thing with my father, and he was in the army when he was like a kid too. I don't know how old was your dad ever in the army or anything like that.
No.
Yeah, but he's very like strict kind of guy. So like I got that. I almost got sent away
Oh, really?
To that too. Yeah. How was that like being at boot camp? Was that like fun at all, or is this like you just did what you had to do?
I have some good memories, but I think I would have.
Because you could play with the other guys, and you're allowed to do like sports and stuff, right? And
yeah, it was a heavy sports school.
yeah.
There was actually 50 girls and 250 guys.
Oh wow.
And we would I
don't know how the sentence is gonna end.
you get a laundry you get a laundry bag. And in the laundry bag there is a red mesh bag and a white mesh bag. And red mesh is for your color. But anyway, it's a mesh bag. And you can put it over your head and no one can see what your head looks like. But you can see out. And so we would do crazy stuff, like we would all go, 200 guys would get completely naked, put on their red mesh thing over their head.
Wow.
And then we'd all meet in like the lobby and work up half boners. And then we would run in the middle of the night, jog around the woman's dorm completely naked and just chant, "Show us your tits." And then they'd come out and they would just they would love it. They'd be like, "Look at all these dicks."
Wow.
And we're all ripped, like we're all like in really good shape.
Yeah.
You know, and just like 18, 17-year-old, it's like a gay man's dream. And we're just jogging around, just going like, "Show us your tits, show us your tits." I remember one guy he broke his arm playing hockey. He had a cast. It was clearly him. And then,
wow.
And the best part was being in the lobby. It was so like working up a half boner, so we didn't look small. And it was, Canada, so it's at nighttime and it's cold.
It's cold.
We're just completely naked running around. And then
that's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
We got a couple tits.
Did you?
Oh yeah, they showed us a couple other.
And
it was exciting.
Yeah, people got more than half boners.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. the guy's got a cast. He's like, "It's not me."
Yeah.
He's completely hard. He's like, damn it!
God damn it!
Everybody knows it's me." Yeah. You're all running around in circles around this dormitory. You're all half hard, and on paper it sounds like the biggest crime that's ever been committed ever. But you're all 18. They're all 18. They love it, and that's amazing. That's crazy.
Breaking in.
You're not even 18. You're 16, 17, 18. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not breaking. We're just
going in circles.
Around.
It's the craziest. It sounds like you're doing an ancient ritual.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're like, we are going to summon the god of dick.
And there was, and we saw some boobs, and we summoned those, and it was very exciting. And that was the first boobs I had seen since I was 14.
Did you guys ever hook up with the girls, or they kept it so strict and separate?
No, people hooked up. Yeah,
Okay.
there was these mattresses. It was surrounded by cornfields. Oh. It was a town of 300 in the middle of Saskatchewan.
The girl sees the cat. She's like, "Mark, great boner. Meet me out back."
Thanks. There was, and so it was really hard to hook up, but we're surrounded by wheat fields and cornfields, and mainly wheat and
wheat.
And so you could go into the fields and be secluded, and there was like dirty fuck mattresses that guys with girlfriends would go into the field and have sex on the mattress surrounded by wheat.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, the
guys like me and my buddies were like, "Oh, sounds awesome."
You're like, "Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Sick. What do you call yourself? The grandma?
Old grandma.
Old grandma likes this. You talk about yourself in the third person?
There was 5 people to a room about almost this size, a little bigger than this room. And that's what we slept in, so it was really hard to whack off.
Yeah, of course.
So everyone whacked off in the shower, and so many people were whacking off in the shower that people took off the shower curtains, so it was like a communal shower, so it was like really hard to whack off.
But you had to. You're 16, 17 years old. People would try and probably shower at off times. That's what I would do. Yeah. For a little privacy. Guys, it's 2 p.m. I'm going to shower.
One time we knew a guy was whacking off probably, and this guy's an airline pilot now, and we just somebody pulled back the thing, and he was facing the opening with his eyes closed, just like, and then everyone closed it, and he didn't know that everyone saw him.
Wow. Oh no. Oh, that's bad.
It was
yeah.
so funny.
That's
it was
very funny.
traumatizing for me. I remember it was just early in the morning, waiting to go to class. You're just groggy, you know.
And this is the guy's full on drinking as hard as he can.
Yeah.
Right, first thing in the morning. That's a lot.
And you'd see if you got the shower, there's one drain in the middle. You know, there's like 6 stalls and then one drain in the middle, and all the water goes. So if you're in one of the showers by the drain, you just see like cum go by
that's horrible.
Yeah, by your
Oh my
feet.
God.
It was a lot.
That's horrible. You
was
went
a
through
lot.
it. You deserve good things in your life.
On the bottom bunk, you wanted the bottom bunk,
Yeah.
because you could tuck in a sheet to the top bunk and
Yeah.
have complete privacy.
Oh wow.
Because
you
the
could
bunk
whack off all
had
the
the bunk
time.
had 2, you know,
Openings, yeah.
yeah, and one of the openings was closed by the brick wall, and the other one you put a sheet, and so you
Yeah.
had 4 walls, you know, and it was called a beat sheet.
Wow. Specifically for jerking off.
Yeah, for beating off.
Wow.
Beat sheet.
The beat sheet's down.
Yeah.
Don't talk to Mark.
Yeah, you
Got the beat sheet.
You
down.
want to be an old boy, called old boys, because you could be at bottom. Old boys got choice of what bed they wanted.
Oh, so you want bottom bunk.
Every old boy would choose the bottom bunk,
so they could jerk off.
so you could jerk off.
Like whack off. Sorry.
Yeah, beat off.
Beat off.
Yeah.
Beat sheet.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a good time. But that's like the effort, right? You're talking about the mattresses, the beat sheet, the people going, you know, running around in circles around things. It's like the effort you went to for any kind of sexual experience when you were younger. I was telling you before about like going really far to meet my girlfriend or something. The effort you'd put in when you're younger is so crazy. And then you're saying now you're just like, you get old and you're just like tired.
Yeah.
And you just go, I'm not gonna
work up a half boner and put laundry bag over my head and run around.
But if you did, and that girl went to that school,
Yeah.
she'd be like, aw.
Yeah.
Only girl in the world that probably would have that reaction too, where she goes, "Oh, I remember that from when I was a kid." Yeah,
I guarantee-
every other woman calls the police.
I guarantee,
It needs therapy.
all the girls, I can promise you, they were smiling. They were like, it was like the greatest thing. They were fucking
I mean,
smiling.
it's from a distance. Yeah, it's from a very, very far. They're a couple floors up. You're all
no,
the
they're
way
not.
down.
No, it's one story.
All right.
Yeah, it's one story. But we're at least 30 feet away.
Wow.
You know.
Yeah.
But
such
they
the
all
opposite.
came out of their room.
Yeah,
and
to
went
see.
outside
To watch.
to watch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, wouldn't you? If like a bunch of the opposite sex were running around naked.
Graham, are you talking about the best thing that could ever happen?
Yeah, yeah.
If I was 17 and a bunch of 17-year-old women walked and ran in circles naked around where I was living, I would my whole life would be a beat sheet. I would never make it out.
If you were 17, yeah.
Every sheet would be a beat sheet for the rest of that
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, there was no
No,
everywhere I go.
it's happening again.
I know.
Yeah.
That night it can't escape me. I would need therapy. I'd be like, I'm hard all the time, Doc. I can't stop.
It was an exciting
just
time.
came.
We,
Yeah.
we needed it. There was no porn.
There was no porn. Yeah, you had to really go for it.
There was no computers. There was computers in the library. No one had smartphones. I'm 37, so this was like 1999, 2000.
Yeah.
You know, I graduated high school in 2000, and there's like
There's nothing.
no. There was internet in the library, and you can't masturbate in the library.
No, you can't masturbate.
certainly
in the
shouldn't.
library. You definitely should not.
Yeah.
And what are you going to masturbate to?
Yeah.
Tropic of Cancer?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that I did. 10 years later, I did.
You did?
Yeah.
In the library.
Not in the library, but that's
we're
a
gonna,
hot book.
What book was it? Can I ask?
Henry Miller, Tropic of Cancer.
That's hilarious. I picked that book because I heard it's like got sex in it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I never read it. Yeah.
Sexus, Nexus, and Plexus.
I've known you for so long, and now I feel like I know you better by knowing that you jerked off to Tropic of Cancer.
It's a hot book, man.
I haven't read it. Yeah, it sounds like hot. If you're jerking off in a library.
Yeah, it was banned for a long time.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wow.
Yeah.
He goes to
Real
like,
risque book.
oh yeah.
I like how we didn't get to any of the questions, and that's totally fine. We just went on about.
What are your questions? I'll answer them rapid fire.
What's the word? We could just have you back on, but we'll go get to one of it. What's the worst you ever fucked up at a job?
I was.
I feel like I already found out the worst you ever fucked up at school.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a bit about one of the, I used to paint houses, and I painted the wrong house.
Oh, that's a great fuck up, Graham.
Yeah.
That's such a good fuck up.
I got a bit about
You
that.
painted the wrong house.
Yeah.
What happened?
We just got the address wrong, and there was no Google Maps.
Wow, and nobody was there to stop you?
No, they
Why is
they
this
left
young
for work in the
man
morning.
with a red mesh bag over his head painting my house?
Well, yeah. That's why I got fired, not because I painted the wrong house. I was
you were
naked.
Completely naked and hard paint on.
I when I was a waiter, I used to do this a lot. I would drop the wrong check on the wrong table.
Yeah.
So somebody would have a salad and like a soup, and then somebody would have a steak.
Yeah, and they would pay for the wrong.
And I would just pray to God that the soup guy would pay for the steak. Because because if they didn't, I'd have to
pay for the.
Because I wouldn't. If I noticed in time, I could switch it. But usually, the person who had the steak would pay really quickly and leave because they just paid for a salad. And they'd be like, "Oh, sick," and then and then I'd be like, "Oh God,
yeah, you got to eat that."
Now I got to talk to my manager, and and the restaurant industry is so fickle. Like they'll fire you for nothing.
Yeah.
Because somebody else will be in the door right away.
10
and
seconds
it'll probably
later.
be a hot chick who will get higher tips or get more business because they're a hot chick. You're like just a dude,
Right.
So yeah.
That sounds like the worst you ever fucked up for yourself. But honestly, compared to painting the wrong house, man, that's so much larger of a fuck up. Just because it's they come home, they go, why is it red?
Yeah.
Why is this the
live in a
not
red
color
house.
I don't even want? Yeah.
Karen, is that you?
What's
Are
happening?
you my wife? Who am I? Am I gay?
Yeah. What's this going on? They don't know anything anymore. They go, the house is different color. I'm gay.
Yeah.
These are my kids.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
What a spiral.
Yeah, it's spiral all the way.
Oh no.
Wait, so those people, did you ever speak to those people that lived at that house?
Our boss found out.
Was it next door or a couple blocks away?
I think it was a couple blocks away.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And then he found us.
You
and
sniped a house.
we
with
packed
paint.
everything up and drove away.
Wow, they never even got contact. They never even found a way to contact you. That's the.
Well, we were fired right after. So we never found out what happened.
Oh my God. You have to, as a business owner, either take responsibility and be like, listen, we'll paint your house back the way, or you're just that guy that just leaves and goes, all right, I'll fire these guys. It never happened.
Yeah.
And those people come home to just a different color house.
That's what happened.
That's the fucking greatest thing I've ever heard, man.
Yeah.
That they just come home and your house is a completely different color. Mm-hmm. That would. Wow.
Yeah.
What color did you paint it?
It was a white house, and I think we painted it green.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
So they come home and they're like, what's happening?
Yeah. Our house is green.
The house is great.
Yeah.
I don't think you get over that for a while.
No. You have a divorce.
Yeah.
You
And
get a
then
divorce.
years later you're in therapy and you're like, yeah, and then my father never said I love you, but also and then one day I came home and the house was green, and I just feel like I've never processed that. You think things are gonna be one way and they're not.
We also did a lot of dumb stuff on
You
that.
took security
summer.
away from these people.
One time somebody paid us to paint their White House and repaint it, freshen it up.
Yeah.
And we just pressure washed it, and we would pressure wash a new section each day, and then we'd order pizza and have a pizza party in their backyard all day.
That sounds great.
Yeah. So we didn't do any painting.
You didn't do any
We
painting.
just pressure
You
washed
pressure wash the house, and you're like, look, you got a new house. It's a new You're like Biff Tannen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get 2 coats of paint, Biff.
And we
I just finished up the second coat right now.
Oh, man.
Mr. McFly.
We can't. What a great job.
No, don't lie to me, Biff. All right, you got me.
I don't remember that scene at all. But
Oh, yeah.
perfect. It went, and then on that same summer, we spilt white paint. We were moving the ladder, and we forgot there was paint on the top. We left a big paint can on the top of it, and it fell upside down on a black asphalt driveway.
Oh wow.
And
That's like a big deal. You got to turpentine that, right?
Well, there's no way you can get it out.
Oh wow.
We did turpentine, but still a big white.
Yeah, big white spot.
That won't go away. So what we did is we looked into their own garage, which was locked through the window, and saw that there was black paint. And we broke into their garage,
Yeah.
stole
How
their
old were
black
you?
paint, painted over the white paint with black paint.
It's great. How old are you?
Like 20.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm at this age. First idea I had when you said that, I was like, oh, you get black paint over it. I had the same immediate idea that 20-year-old would have, which is just like, yep. Mm-hmm. Just so you know, with any type of age and wisdom, no better ideas.
But it was the best idea.
It's the best idea. What else are you gonna do? Did they ever find out?
No. Wow. No.
You painted the house the wrong color. I'm going to think about that for a long time to come.
Yeah.
That's a great story, man. Guys, this has been Case of the Mondays. We didn't get to the question again, but I have Mr. Graham K here. Graham,
How long
plug,
is
what do
this
you wanna...
podcast?
We're done. We're ending right now. Yeah. Graham, plug what you want to plug.
Follow me on Instagram, guys. I'm doing a really good job at it lately. It's at InstaGramK, InstaGramHAMKAY. Instagram K. Everybody.
Instagram K. What a clever name, Graham. And then you went to France, was it recently? Yeah, you put a funny, beautiful pictures of the sculptures. And
I went to the Louvre and I just took pictures of stone penises.
Just all. So if you guys want to follow Graham on Instagram, it's just tons of pictures of stone dicks. Yeah. That have just been
art tour of the Louvre.
Art tour of the Louvre.
Yeah,
and then you also have your 2 podcasts,
Autastic and Friends in Sports. So if you like sports or you like dumb stories, go to Friends in Sports. And if you know anybody or you work with special needs people, check out Autastic. It's a great podcast. Best thing I've ever done.
That's awesome, man. And guys, thanks so much for listening. If you have any stories about the worst you ever fucked up at a job, relationship, or whatever, you can send it to us at ofthemondays@gmail.com. And that's it. Thanks so much for listening. Bye.